What if I told you your consciousness isn't inside your head? That's you. Your thoughts, your awareness, your very sense of self may not be locked behind your eyes like a pilot in a cockpit, but something far stranger. This isn't science fiction. It's a real mystery of the mind. And today, we're decoding it. Most of us imagine our mind as a movie screen behind our forehead. You're in there, watching, thinking, feeling a little you sitting behind your eyes. But neuroscience has a problem with that. There's no single place in the brain that houses you. No tiny consciousness command center ever shows up on brain scans. What we call you is scattered across networks of neurons, electrical pulses lighting up like stars in a galaxy. Even stranger, some neuroscientists believe consciousness doesn't live in the brain at all, not in the traditional sense. What if the brain is more like a radio than a computer, not generating consciousness, but receiving it? This is the receiver theory suggested by scientists like Aldous Huxley and later explored by thinkers like Carl Pribram and even some quantum physicists. The idea? Consciousness could exist like a field, like gravity or electromagnetism, and your brain just tunes into it. Think of it like Wi-Fi. Your phone doesn't create the internet, it connects to it. Could your brain be connecting to a field of consciousness that exists everywhere? Still sounds wild? Consider this. Doctors have found people with tiny amounts of brain tissue due to a condition called hydrocephalus who somehow live normal lives. One man had 90% of his brain missing, but he held a degree in mathematics. That shouldn't be possible unless the brain isn't the full story. Then there's the split brain experiments. When the brain's hemispheres were surgically separated, patients often acted like they had two different consciousnesses, two selves, which raises the question, what if your consciousness was really inside your head? How can it split? Another strange idea? Maybe your consciousness isn't just outside your head. Maybe it's partly in your body. Your gut has over 500 million neurons, sometimes called the second brain. It makes decisions, senses danger, and even communicates with your emotions. But it gets even bigger than that. Some scientists believe in the extended mind theory, the idea that your mind reaches into the world. Your notebook, your phone, even the room you're in, all become part of your thinking process. When you talk to yourself out loud, that might literally be thinking happening outside your head. The boundary between you and out there becomes blurry. Are you just your brain? Or are you something more distributed? Body, environment, and all? Ancient cultures may have known this all along. In Hindu philosophy, consciousness is a universal ocean, the Atman, and our minds are just waves on its surface. In many indigenous beliefs, consciousness lives in rivers, trees, and animals, not just humans. Modern science is now circling back, asking if consciousness might be fundamental, like space-time or energy. Some physicists are even exploring panpsychism, the idea that consciousness might be woven into the fabric of the universe itself. Your brain just happens to be a very complex way of experiencing it. So, what if your consciousness isn't in your head? What if it's around you, through you, extended into everything you touch? What if the self you feel is just a story your brain tells to make sense of something far bigger? Maybe you're not the pilot. Maybe you're the entire sky. Stay curious, because the mystery is never just in your mind.